What's up, y'all? Riley here, and it's time for another comic call. So I got some new things that came in finally, a little bit of delays with the post office and stuff, and a little bit of delays at in-stock trades, but there's new comics here and I'm super excited to talk about them. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Now before I get to the new stuff, I've got a couple of older books that I'm going to show real quick. I mentioned in my previous haul that I'm collecting the books from DC's Young Animal and Hanna-Barbera lines, so I can do some videos talking about those imprints over at DC. So in this haul, I did get the last few volumes from the Young Animal line that I needed. So I've got Mother Panic Volume 2, and then we've got the follow-up Mother Panic AD. This was the series by Jody Houser that features a character in Gotham who's a little bit more hardcore, I guess I could say, than Batman is. And then we've got Volume 1 of Shade the Changing Girl, Volume 2 of that series, and then also the follow-up miniseries Shade the Changing Woman. This was a fun series from Cecil Castellucci. I have not read any of the classic Shade or any of the Peter Milligan Vertigo Shade series, so I don't know how this one compares to that, but I had fun with the Young Animal series. But yeah, so those are the rest of the Young Animal stuff. I have everything else, and I'm going to be doing some rereading and doing a video to talk about that and the Hanna-Barbera line. Now, of course, there is still a couple of Young Animal books that will come out. The Doom Patrol Way to the Worlds book should be out pretty soon, and then there's the 12-issue Far Sector series that is actually still going on. So that's the last remaining Young Animal title. I don't know if they're going to do any more Young Animal or anything, or if that's going to be the end of the line, but I'm excited to see how that one turns out anyway. So now let's get into the new material. So I got one new paperback this time, and that is Hellblazer Volume 23, subtitled No Future. This collects issues 261 to 266 of the Hellblazer series, written by Peter Milligan, and then it also has the Jamie Delano original graphic novel titled Pandemonium, I think. Yes, and then also the 5-issue Papa Midnight miniseries. I believe that was written by Matt Johnson. So this one's getting close to the end. We already had volume 24 solicited, and then there should be about 2 volumes after that. So given that, you know, DC doesn't all of a sudden stop releasing these Hellblazer books, we should see the entire series wrap up all the way to issue 300, including all miniseries, annuals, one-shots, graphic novels and stuff, wrapped up in 26 volumes. So I'm really excited about that, to have that entire series. Now I got one book from IDW, and this is one that I was really excited to get. This is the reprint of the oversized hardcover of Godzilla: The Half-Century War by James Stokoe. This is an absolutely fantastic miniseries from IDW of Godzilla. James Stokoe does a great job of doing this kind of, I've compared it a couple times to being like a Moby Dick type story of this guy who, you know, if the guy in the story is Ahab and Godzilla is the whale, then that's what I mean by that. But fantastic artwork all the way through. If you have not read this before, I highly recommend it. And honestly, if you've never read any Godzilla book before, this is the one that I highly recommend picking up. Even if you're not a fan of Godzilla, this is a great book to pick up. So I'm really excited that they reprinted that and I can finally have it, because before this all I had was the paperback. But this has the oversized pages, which are really wonderful for James Stokoe's artwork. Then I also had one book from Dark Horse this time, and that is the new library edition printing of The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. This is Gerard Way's book written alongside Sean Simon with artwork by Becky Cloonan. That's based off of the last album by My Chemical Romance. I was a big My Chemical Romance fan growing up, and I still do listen to their music, and I have followed Gerard Way through his career as a comic book writer from back when he started writing like Umbrella Academy and stuff like that. And I never checked this one out, so I'm really excited to finally have it because it's a nice oversized hardcover, and like their library editions typically are, it has a good price of just $40, so you can get it for close to $20 online. Really nice oversized, really nice pages. Becky Cloonan is a brilliant artist, so I was excited to have this on these oversized pages. And yeah, like I said, I've never read it before. I just kind of skipped out on it when it came out, so I'm excited to finally get to check this out. And this brings us to the big books for this week. I got 3 big ones. This week has been known... Not this week. The first week of September was known as, you know, Omnipocalypse and Omnigeddon and stuff like that, because I think there was 8 different omnibus editions that popped up all in the same week due to delays and stuff like that happening. Now, I did not get several of them. I didn't get Black Widow. I didn't get Cloak and Dagger, though I do want to go back and get that at some point when I have some extra cash. I didn't get the Spectre Omnibus, but that one was a really beautiful looking book, and I kind of wish I did get it. And then I also already have JMS's Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, so I didn't get that either. So I only got 3 of the big books this at the beginning of this month. The first one is one I've been really excited about, and this is a reprint that we've been waiting on for a really long time. It's also one that technically already came out, but it only got shipped out to like to Amazon and stuff like that, and then now once things started picking up with Diamond again, they finally shipped it out to retailers, and that is the Wolverine Omnibus Volume 1. This is the reprint of the classic omnibus containing the original miniseries along with the subsequent issues of Uncanny X-Men. It also has the Weapon X series by Barry Windsor Smith. It has the Wolverine and Kitty Pryde miniseries. Tons of awesome Wolverine material in this volume. A lot of it that I don't have oversized in other places, so I was really excited to have that. It also has like the first 10 issues of the ongoing series written by Chris Claremont. So yeah, there is a lot of awesome stuff in here. The first appearance of Wolverine in the pages of Incredible Hulk. And the coolest thing about this is my good friend Omar over at Near Mint Condition had spoken with David over at Marvel and told him like, hey, you guys need to reprint this. If you print it now, I guarantee it's going to sell out. And then you guys need to do a second volume, more or less is what the conversation was. And so David was like, yeah, we'll reprint it, and if it does sell out, then we'll probably look at doing that second volume. And the book is sold out. The book shipped to stores out of print, I believe. I believe Diamond already had it listed as out of stock by the time it got out to shops. So with that, I'm excited in the possibility that we will finally see a second volume of the Wolverine Omnibus pop up. So I don't know exactly what contents that would include, because this one not only had the ongoing stuff, but also some mini-series and stuff from Marvel Comics Presents. I'm guessing it would have maybe the next chunk of issues leading up to the Larry Hama run on Wolverine. So maybe the next, like, I don't remember how many issues it was before he popped in. I think he came in around issue 30. And then maybe more Wolverine material from Marvel Comics Presents and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed that it finally happens, because I know a lot of us have been waiting for a Volume 2 Wolverine, and I know a lot of people have been wanting to see Larry Hama's run across a few different omnibus editions, so hopefully that happens. Now the next one is another one that I was really, really excited for, and I'm glad to finally have it, and it is the 3rd volume of Batman by Grant Morrison in Omnibus. Now I mentioned in my my top 10 Batman runs video that Grant Morrison's Batman is my absolute favorite run on Batman. I think that he did such a fantastic job with so many different concepts and ideas with the Caped Crusader that go back to, you know, things that happened back in the Golden Age and the Silver Age, and he introduces new things, new villains, new heroes. It's so much good stuff in this run, and I'm glad to finally have it all across these 3 nice omnibus editions. And one of the cool things about these is that the Batman by Morrison Omnis are not so huge and oversized that they're unwieldy like a lot of the books, like the 1,500 page books that we started to get from Marvel and DC. But these are nice, $75. I think they're about 700 pages, so they're not too huge. They're not too difficult to open up and read. And the other cool thing is that this is the first place that we're getting a oversized edition of the latter half of Batman Incorporated. I know that there was the Absolute edition, but that's an absolute size. We did not have those issues in oversize, and this is my preferred format. And also the Absolute editions, of course, did not cover the entirety of Morrison's Batman, so I'm happy that we get the entire series from the very beginning of his run all the way through to the end of Batman Incorporated in one format, one size that looks great and uniform on the shelves. Now this includes the entire first volume of Batman Incorporated, that's issues 1 through 8, and then after that there was going to be issues 9 and 10, but the series ended as we were going into the New 52, and so those 2 issues were instead released as a one-shot called Leviathan Strikes. And then when the New 52 started up, we got a new issue 1, and that series ran for 13 issues, as well as having a 0 issue. And then there was also a special that came out afterwards, not written by Morrison, but featuring a lot of short stories by different creators, highlighting a bunch of the different members of Batman Incorporated. So in total, that's the original 8 issues, 10 with the one shot, 13 is 23, 25 issues worth of material in here, making for a really nice, easy to read sized omnibus. So this is definitely a highlight of this haul right here. I'm really excited to finally have it, and one day I'll probably reread this run again, because I've read this run multiple times, and every single time it's more and more exciting because I get more out of it. Anyway, enough about Batman by Morrison. One more book this week, and that is the Green Arrow Longbow Hunters Saga by Mike Grell, Omnibus Volume 1. This should hopefully be the first of 2. This run would be wrapped up across a second massive tome just like this one. And this is kind of the type of volume that I was talking about when I mentioned those 1,500 page books that DC and Marvel have been putting out. This is great. I love these thick volumes personally. These huge volumes are awesome. That's why I'm the Omnibus collector. I love collecting omnibus editions. They're my preferred format. But I know that there's a lot of people out there who prefer a smaller volume and would have rather this been split into 2, or maybe instead of a 2-volume set, have Green Arrow by Grell be a 3-volume set. And that Batman book being just about 700, 750 pages, that's the perfect length for a lot of people. I know this one, a lot of people are going to say, yeah, I like that run, but I'm going to get the paperbacks because that's way too big for me. But I'm excited. I have wanted this to get an omnibus for a really long time. This is a classic run by a legendary creator, Mike Grell, and I have been anticipating this book since it was announced, and hopefully we will get a second volume solicited. I know there's been a lot of, things kind of up in the air right now with DC after a bunch of shakeups going on internally, but hopefully when things get back on track, they will solicit a second volume, because it does actually state on here, now collecting the entirety of the epic saga that changed the character forever, the first of 2 omnibus editions, and this one includes the 3 issues of Longbow Hunters, excuse me, and the first 50 issues of the Green Arrow story, as well as material from Secret Origins number 38. So yeah, a lot of material in here, like 54 issues of material, so it's a huge book. Anyway, that is everything. I do have more coming from In Stock Trades this month, a couple more big books, some more stuff that I'm excited about, but with delays and all that, I don't know exactly how long it's going to take for that stuff to get here, so this might be the only haul video that I do for the month of September. We will see. I will if I can, I'll do more videos, of course, later in the month, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you were entertained and informed by this video. That is my aim, is not just to show off and say, hey, look, I got a new book, but to say, this is what this book is, this is why I bought it, this is why I'm excited about it, and maybe you should pick it up too, because it is a cool book. So hopefully that, you got something out of that. If you're new to my channel, this is your first time or one of the first times you've clicked on one of my videos, thank you so much for choosing to watch my video, and I hope that you'll consider hitting that subscribe button down below and hit the bell so you're notified of all the new content I put out every week. I do manga videos every Tuesday, comic videos every Friday, and every Thursday I take a look at some of the biggest new single issue releases every single week. So hit that bell so you're notified of all those awesome videos every week. Also, big thanks and shout out to my Patreon subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me, supporting the channel, and helping me to make this better. There is a link down below to my Patreon, so if you like what I do on this channel and would like to support me, you can always click that and find out how you can support my channel and help me to make it better. And then one more big shout out at the end here. I want to just mention the Omnibus Collectors Network. That is the other channel that I do work on YouTube. I join a bunch of awesome YouTubers every single week. I'm on there every Thursday evening. We talk about comics and manga and anime, cartoons, movies, television, video games, all kinds of stuff. anything we're liking at the moment we'll talk about, and we do multiple videos every single week. I just joined them on Thursdays. So definitely check out the Omnibus Collectors Network, because if you enjoy my channel, you'll definitely love what we're doing over there. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.